students, in last lecture we were discussing about the efficiency of the rectifier, which we have already calculated. Eta max is equal to 40%. Now the next parameter we are going to discuss today, which is transformer utilization factor, TUF. What it is, transformer utilization factor indicates how well the input transformer is being utilized. Okay, so TUF is represented by DC output power upon AC power rating of the transformer. So DC output power is represented by VLDC into ILDC upon VSRMS into ISRMS. Assuming that RL is very greater than RS plus RF, we have already discussed this. So assuming this, we get TUF, transformer utilization factor, TUF is equal to VLDC is putting Vm by pi, ILDC is Im by pi, and this is VSRMS is Vm by root 2, ISRMS is Im by root 2. So after calculating this, we will get 2 upon root 2 by pi, which is 0.287. So transformer utilization factor is 28.7% for half wave rectifier. It means what it indicates? It indicates that the transformer is being utilized to only 28.7% of its full capacity. An ideal value is 100%, should be 100%, but practically it should be as high as possible. It means if it would be more or as high as possible, it means that the transformer is utilized in a more efficiently. You can utilize the transformer in the rectifier. So next is the peak inverse voltage, PIV. Okay, PIV is basically the maximum negative voltage which appears across the non-conducting reverse bias diode. Okay, whenever the diode will work is open circuited or in the reverse bias condition, this time the maximum negative voltage, maximum reverse bias voltage across the diode is known as the positive, which is peak inverse voltage. Sorry, it is called peak inverse voltage. Okay, so the maximum negative voltage across the diode is what exactly? The maximum voltage is Vm. So negative voltage would be minus Vm. So across it is minus Vm volt when diode is not conducting. Okay, so maximum reverse voltage that occurs across a diode, that is PIV is equal to Vm. PIV is equal to Vm volts. Okay, so disadvantages of the half wave rectifier is RF is high, means ripple factor is high, 121% we have already calculated, and low rectification efficiency, which is only 40%, and low transformer utilization factor, which we have already calculated, which is 28.7. So it means 28.7 means the transformer is being utilized only 28.7%. So this is low TUF. This is one of the biggest disadvantages, and low DC output voltage and current, and larger filter components are required. These are the disadvantages of half wave rectifier circuit. Okay, now we'll discuss full wave rectifier. Okay, so there are two types of full wave rectifiers, which have already discussed the types of rectifiers. So here we are going to discuss the center tape, full wave center tape rectifier. Okay, so here it is called center tape because the transformer winding centrally taped from the center taping is there. It's called center tape. Okay, so this is AC input. Here I'm using a step down transformer, center tapping the secondary coil from here, D1 and D2 using two diodes here, and here's the load resistance. Why? So this is the figure for full wave center tape rectifier. Okay, so in full wave rectifier, the load current flows in for both the half cycle of AC supply. Okay, so here what we can the induced voltage is in the two halves of the secondary winding. Two halves of the secondary winding, it means this is one half and this is another half, are always 180-degree out of phase with respect to each other. Okay, and here the voltage drop here and here will be 180-degree out of phase with each other. Okay, this is clear. Now we'll see what would happen when the positive cycle comes. When the positive half cycle of the AC supply comes, then what exactly happened? The drops will be positive, negative, and positive, negative, right? So what would happen? See, we will see with this diagram, with this figure, we can see better what exactly happened in the positive half cycle. When positive half cycle comes, then voltage across these 2 points, which is represented, this point is represented by A, this point is represented by B, and this is represented by O. Okay, so the VAO, it means voltage across these 2 points, is positive. When positive cycle comes, it means positive, right? Okay, similarly positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, here it is positive, negative, right? And VBO is negative, right? So due to center taped, VAO and VBO are equal and opposite to each other. Okay, so what would happen? Because of this positive voltage, the diode D1 is in forward bias condition, and because of this negative voltage, the diode D2 is in reverse bias condition. Okay, and it will work as a open circuit switch. Okay, open switch. So what would happen? The load current starts flowing from A through D1. The current will flow like this, and the load resistance, okay, RL, this is represented by RL, the load resistance RL, and back to the point O. It means in this direction. Here it is current is flowing like this. Okay, in the positive half cycle, right? Is this clear? As load is the purely resistive load over there, then load current IL, the current IL which is flowing over there, has the same shape of that of load voltage, right? And now we will see what would happen in the negative half cycle. Okay, so in negative half cycle, we will see this for the negative half cycle, what would happen. See, so in negative half cycle, the VAO is negative. It means the negative positive drops over there. This is negative, and VBO is positive, right? So D1 is reverse bias and D2 is forward bias. Okay, so D1 acts as an open circuit switches, and D2 carries the entire load current. So the direction of load current IL is same as that in the positive half cycle. That means even in the negative half cycle, the load current continues to be positive. So what exactly would happen? Now this is positive, then the current will flow. How the current will flow, right? So current will flow in this now through this resistor. So what exactly happened? This resistor, across this resistor, the current will be the same current will flow into the same direction. Or we can consider, like, suppose if we have a resistance over there, in the first cycle the current was flowing like this, in the second cycle the current will flowing like this, right? It means what would happen if current will flow here like this and here like this? It means what? The current will flow into the same direction, right? Okay, so the instantaneous load voltage is positive and almost equal to VBO, okay, voltage across this point. So we are going to get the cycle like this, because current is flowing into the same direction to the resistance. So we are going to get the negative half cycle of this AC input will be like this, second cycle, because this we are going getting by the positive half cycle, and for negative we are going to get again the same cycle over there, because the current is flowing into the same direction to the resistor. Okay, now we can see the waveform. Here just drawing a waveform for secondary voltage VAO, whatever the AC is coming over there, this is same as secondary VBO is having 180-degree phase. So this is opposite of this I'm just drawing. And diode current ID1, the diode ID1 as D1 will be forward biased when D1 will be forward biased when positive cycle comes. Okay, so we'll see VAO. Okay, so positive cycle comes, but D1 is okay. The diode current D1 flows over there. For D2, in this situation, the D2 is open circuited and D1 again. Okay. For next, you can say the diode D2 current. D2 will flow when negative cycle comes. Okay. When this negative cycle comes, okay, VAO is negative and VBO is positive, then only diode D2 current will flow, right? So the total load current will be the sum of these two, ID1 and ID2. So we are just representing it by this. Okay, and load voltage will be IM into RL. So this is the load voltage, and this is the final which you are getting at the output of the full wave rectifier. Here you will see the voltage across D1 diode. Okay, so it would be what? This is 0.7 almost, that's why I said instantaneous. This is 0.7 and this is for the negative, and this will be again for the positive cycle. So finally we are getting the load voltage and final output like this. So this is this we have discussed all about the full wave rectifier working part. Okay, so we have to make the calculations of the parameters. Parameters will be same as the half wave rectifier. Little bit change will be into the calculation because of the current will flow in the half wave rectifier only for the positive half cycle, but in the full wave rectifier for both the cycle current will flow for full both the cycle, means positive negative, we must say the full cycle of the full cycle of the AC input. So there's a little bit change into the calculation will be same. Okay, that you can do at your part also. Okay, and now in the next lecture we will discuss about the next type of rectifier, which is bridge rectifier. But we can see just the advantages of the full wave rectifier. It has a low ripple factor as compared to the half wave rectifier, which is 48%. Better rectification efficiency 81.2%, better transformer utilization factor 69.3, higher values of the average load current, and no possibility of transformer core saturation. These all are the advantages of the full wave rectifier. Disadvantages is the PIV of the diodes is 2 Vm and size of the diodes is larger, most of the costly, and cost of the center tap transformer is very high. These are few of the advantages and disadvantages of the full wave rectifier, center tap rectifier circuit. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the bridge rectifier circuit. Thank you.